Welcome to our channel, where we explore the 12 facts about Joan Miró. Before we get started, be sure to give that like button a little love and hit subscribe to stay in the loop for future exciting content. 1. Although he was uncomfortable aligning himself with isms, Miró is regarded as one of the most important surrealists. Shortly after moving to Paris in 1920, Miró befriended André Breton, Max Ernst, Jean Arp, André Masson, and others associated with Dada and Surrealism. While he felt an affinity with Breton's concept of psychic automatism, a practice Miró would incorporate throughout his long career, he was less interested in manifestos. Nevertheless, he participated in the first Surrealist exhibition in 1925, and Breton hailed him as the most surrealist of us all. Indeed, Miro's fantastical symbolic language of semi-abstracted biomorphic forms and his innovative use of line, shape, and color represent some of the most significant contributions to the Surrealist oeuvre. 2. An erstwhile accounting clerk, Miró devoted himself to art after suffering a nervous breakdown. While he began studying fine arts at an early age, Miro's parents hoped that their son would pursue a career in finance. Thus, at age 14, he enrolled in business school, concurrently studying art at La Longe's Escuela Superior de Arts, Industrials y Bellas Arts. Upon completing his studies, Miró took a position as an accounting clerk, but did not fare well in the office environment. He reportedly suffered a nervous breakdown, followed by a bout of typhoid fever. After a period of convalescence at his parents' Montreuil estate, Miró recommitted himself to his artistic studies, enrolling at Francesc Galí's Escola d'Art from 1912 to 15. 3. His first gallery show was a disaster. Miro's studies with Francesc Galí brought him into the orbit of the Galeries Dalmau, a burgeoning artistic center in Barcelona. Gallery owner José Dalmau was an early supporter of the young artist, giving Miró his first solo show in 1918. Featuring works indebted to the Fauves and Kazan, the exhibition was panned by critics and the public alike. Not a single painting was sold. The disastrous reception eventually prompted Miró to leave Barcelona for Paris in 1920. 4. Perhaps unsurprisingly, he disliked art critics. Speaking with biographer Walter Urban, Miró expressed a withering opinion of those he described as more concerned with being philosophers than anything else. They form a preconceived opinion, then look at the work of art. Painting merely serves as a cloak for their emaciated philosophical systems. 5. He sold a painting to Ernest Hemingway. The culmination of his growing stylistic departure from the post-impressionist influence, Miró considered The Farm, 1921-22, his first masterpiece, a sentiment that was wholeheartedly shared by his friend Ernest Hemingway. Hemingway purchased the painting in 1925, later remarking, "I would not trade it for any picture in the world. It has in it all that you feel about Spain when you are there and all that you feel when you are away and cannot go there. No one else has been able to paint these two very opposing things." 6. Miró famously declared, "I want to assassinate painting." Quoted in 1927, the artist's contempt for bourgeois aesthetic conventions launched a creatively fecund period of rapid-fire experimentation with anti-painting, collage, and assemblage. Using mass-produced and industrial materials, Miró sought to reinvigorate his practice through experimentation in a wide variety of media, a pointed rebuke to what he saw as the commercialization and politicization of established painting. He was particularly critical of Cubism, by that time, a widely accepted mode of expression, once stating, "I will break the guitar," in reference, of course, to the popularity of Picasso. 7. He was married for over 50 years. Miró knew Pilar Juncosa from childhood. His mother and hers, a cousin of Miro's grandmother, were brought up together when the latter was orphaned. Miró and Juncosa married in 1929, and the following year, their only daughter, Maria Dolores Miró, was born. The two remained together until his death in 1983. Of his wife, Miró once said, "She is the ideal companion for me. Without her, I have no idea of anything or how to organize things. She is my guardian angel." 8. The Spanish Civil War kept him from returning home, and reveal a political side to his work. Miró was visiting Paris with his family in 1936 when the Spanish Civil War broke out. Unable to return to Barcelona, Miró found himself paralyzed by the general feeling of terror and described feeling uprooted and nostalgic for my country. While he had previously avoided explicitly political themes in his work, this tumultuous period revealed his support for Spain's Republican government and opposition to Franco. In 1937, Miró was commissioned to decorate the Spanish pavilion at the Paris World's Fair, along with Picasso, who created Guernica in response to the bombing of the town of the same name, painting the reaper, Catalan peasant in revolt. The monumental mural, depicting a powerful figure wielding a sickle, was lost or destroyed the following year. Only a few black and white photographs survive today. 9. Miró was uprooted by conflict for a second time during World War II. At the outset of World War II, Miró and his family were living in Normandy, having left Paris in 1939. As Nazi forces began invading France, he found himself retreating to a uniquely private universe in his art. During this period, Miró embarked on a series of gouaches known as the constellations, featuring birds, stars, and other motifs evoking flight and escape. In 1940, Miró and his wife and daughter fled to Spain. The paintings rolled under his arm. The series, exhibited in New York in 1945, were among the first artistic documents from Europe to reach America after the war. 10. He designed sets, costumes, and props for the Ballets Russes. In 1926, Ballets Russes founder Sergei Diaghilev orchestrated a surrealistic production of Romeo and Juliet, engaging Miró and Max Ernst as designers. The ballet, considered bourgeois by Brayton and other die-hard surrealists, was met with protest when it opened in Paris. The ballet's composer, Constant Lambert, also disapproved of the artist's participation, though for different reasons. He berated the non-traditional production design as the work of 10th-rate painters from an imbecile group called the Surrealists. The experience did not deter Miró, and in 1932, he reprised his role as a designer for a production of Jules Enfants, mounted by the Ballets Russes de Monte Carlo. 11. Miro's famous dream paintings were the result of hunger-induced hallucinations. As a struggling young artist living in Paris in the mid-1920s, Miró described hallucinations of hunger, giving rise to opaque shapes and delicate linear forms on open fields of blue. Departing from the figurative style of his earliest work, Miro's output from 1925 to 27, sometimes described as poetry paintings, evoked the enigmatic world of dreams. 12. Miro's artistic legacy is one of the most influential and far-reaching. His innovative and experimental practice informed the work of Surrealist contemporaries, including Max Ernst, Yves Tanguy, and Salvador Dali, and his longtime close friend Alexander Calder credited Miró as a defining influence. His work is widely regarded as one of the most important precursors to abstract expressionism and color field painting, influencing Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, Robert Motherwell, Arshile Gorky, Roberto Matta, and Jules Olitsky. When Miró died in 1983 at the age of 90, he was remembered in his New York Times obituary as having left an ineffaceable mark upon his century. Please support and show appreciation by hitting super thanks. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. We appreciate you being part of our community. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.